Yo, what is going on, Comfy Gang? It's your boy, Comfy Neat, and it's been a while since I made one of these bathroom mirror videos, but yeah, I guess I'm gonna be doing that. And for today's topic, I wanted to talk about all the experiences I missed out on growing up, and I feel like for a lot of these experiences, they're pivotal or important to like normal development as a person. And yeah, I'd say definitely missed a couple of those, and these are things that I guess every normal person goes through in their life at one point. And if you don't go through them, it doesn't necessarily ruin your life, but definitely makes it a lot harder to I don't know, relate to people, or I guess feel certain ways, because maybe if you miss them, then your brain doesn't develop and you end up just being weird. And for me, yeah, there's a couple of those. There's a mosquito flying around or something, I don't know. But yeah, I definitely missed quite a few of those. I think, the biggest one that I probably missed out on is, I guess, having a girlfriend. And not just having a girlfriend, maybe later in life, because I'd like to have one someday, but maybe in high school, or not even high school, like middle school, like when you're a kid, because I feel like that when you have like romantic, like when I guess you have like relationships at that age, maybe I'm just being like I don't know, romanticist, whatever the term is, but it's like there's like, it definitely seems or feels a lot more genuine when you're younger. I remember the first girl I was crushing on, I don't know, back in like middle school. I can definitely remember how it felt to an extent, but it definitely felt a lot more pure, a lot more genuine. It's like, I felt like I liked this person more for the way they are. And maybe it was just like my mind playing tricks on me, like maybe I was just physically attracted to this person, and then my mind came up with all like the BS about how this person is the greatest in the world, how everything she does is like perfect, how her personality is so nice. And I was probably being like a massive fucking simp. But when that kind of thing like goes both ways between I guess people at that age, it kind of becomes like one of those like genuine, quote unquote genuine relationships, or it's like one of those like relationships that I guess is like pure or whatever. And I never got to experience that. Yeah, it's like, everybody says like, oh, like your first relationship is always your best, and maybe that holds true for a lot of people, because their first relationships happened during their teens, when they were still growing up. They were adolescents. They didn't understand the world the way an adult does, and they didn't see the things in themselves and in other people that they see as adults. So it's definitely like probably a lot more innocent, and in that way they just kind of like went with it. It was probably more natural, and they probably learned to like, I guess, be in a relationship, develop that like crucial skill set. I don't know, maybe I'm just being a massive fucking simp. I have no fucking clue, but I definitely feel like I missed out on that. And I definitely probably has had some negative effects on me. Like, for one, it's, I guess people say that during that age is when you learn how to like pair bond or whatever, meaning like stick to one person. And I do feel infatuated from time to time, even now, but it's definitely not to the same extent that I was as a teen. And it's like, maybe I'll never ever get to feel quote unquote love like that again, because it really did feel like love, even though it was probably just like infatuation. And I'll never ever get to share that with another person. Maybe I will, who knows. I hope I get to feel that at some point. Maybe it'll change my mind about people and things, and changed my perspective. But as of now, I feel like I definitely feel a lot more jaded when it comes to like dating stuff because of not having experienced that, and just, you know, seeing sort of the more like, I don't know, I'm not gonna say like wrong, but just more like the human aspect of it, where everyone's basically just like horny as fuck. I don't know, I'm just being honest here. And yeah, so there's that. Another thing was, I was say something else. Also that I can't really think of it, but anyways, another thing that I missed out on was you know, all the partying and stuff, and like especially in college, I feel like it's like people have their like romantic relationships in like middle and high school, and you know, that's obviously some partying, you know, for the I don't know, like the chads, I guess. But yeah, I definitely missed out on like the party phase. At most, what I would do is like, you know, smoke weed with like friends, which is, you know, I'm thankful for that. At least I got to have, you know, some semblance of friendship, even though my friends weren't always the best to me. But as far as like parties go, I never got invited to like a lot of them. I maybe got invited out like 4 or 5 times at most during my whole time in college, and I never, you know, got to experience what it was like, you know, going clubbing, going to frat houses, and you know, yeah, just all that stuff. And I feel like that's also a big missed opportunity, because that's kind of where at the very latest people learn how to become like social and, you know, get into like party culture, which is a big part of society, like learning how to like mingle with different people and interact with different groups, or like learning how to like gauge the situation, I guess. All these crucial skills that I never really got the opportunity to learn. And yeah, as well as obviously like fucking girls too. Like, I mean, I'm a guy, so I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Like, I mean, it would have been nice, you know, to yeah, sleep around, I guess, and you know, because I don't know, it's chill, whatever, like. And yeah, I definitely missed out on that. I had it like maybe a tiny bit, but you know, way less than I would have liked, and way less than I maybe could have if I wasn't so like socially anxious and awkward, and you know, was more outgoing. If I even knew the things I understood now, then maybe I could have done so much better in college and even high school. Like sometimes I feel like I've always been like 2 or 3 years, maybe not even 2, maybe like 2 or 1 years too late. Like I hit certain developmental or like mental milestones maybe like a year or 2 later than other people, and because of that I miss out on all the fun everybody's having, and I'm probably missing out on all of like the work culture and like the clubbing and the shit that a lot of like wages are experiencing right now. And yeah, that's what I've always felt. But yeah, I definitely missed out on a lot of partying in college, and that's the time where it's like it's more socially acceptable to just like be a dumbass and like do fun shit and, you know, make friends. People are probably a lot more open to having friends, assuming you're like can act sort of normal. And yeah, I definitely did not do that because I was so self-conscious and stuff like that. And another thing I missed out on is the fact that I feel like I didn't take as many risks as I should have. I feel like, especially in like lower middle high school, those are the times when you get to take the most social risk with the least amount of consequence. But the irony is that it definitely feels like it's more consequential when you know, take those risks, like talking to girls, asking a girl out, you know, trying to make friends with people, telling jokes, seeing what works out with others, stuff like that. I feel like teenagers are so conscious of being an outcast and weird and shit, but at the same time, like, I feel like in high school shit, okay, maybe I'm having this the opposite. Maybe now is the time for me to take more risks, because I feel like in some ways people gossip and shit, and there's all this like drama and shit. But I guess it like depends on your high school. I feel like if I put in the effort and maybe, you know, try to like talk to people, talk to girls, I could have at least had some experience in, you know, talking to girls and learning what works and what doesn't. And instead, all you have is me, this weird social, you know, this social fucking wreck who, you know, can't really talk to people. I'm only starting to learn certain things now and I'm becoming more like conscious of certain things that I say and the responses it gets. And, you know, I kind of look at it from the point of like trying to not make people uncomfortable, you know, not just because I'm afraid of being judged, although that's definitely a huge part of it, but also because, you know, there's like some people just don't get certain types of humor or jokes, and I feel like I'll only like tell jokes to certain types of people if I know that they can handle it. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't be doing that. Maybe I should just treat everybody the same, but that's something I'll have to look into. But yeah, I just missed out on taking all these risks and learning what works with people. And, you know, honestly, nobody outside of high school really remembers what went on. It kind of becomes like a distant memory, and at most people kind of remember that you were sort of weird. But really, it's like when you meet former high school peers outside of high school, it's kind of like hitting the reset button, and it's like a blank slate. And if you've changed in any amount, at least I feel, then it's like all of a sudden the past is forgiven. And obviously, I don't want to figure out my bullies or anything, except for bullying, because that's fucked up. But there's that, and yeah, I feel like I didn't take those risks, so I kind of didn't have like any foundation to build upon in college as far as social skills go, and that's why I, you know, was so awkward and alone a lot of the time. And I think the final thing that I'm going to mention, because the video is kind of getting long, is that I never really took the opportunity to practice any like skills. I probably mentioned before, like I really wish I had known that if I had taken up a hobby or a certain thing, found a passion, something that I'm really interested in at a much like earlier age, and just stuck with it, you know, even just 1 hour a day, maybe 2 hours every few days, and just kept at it when I was like a teenager, 13, then I would become really good at it at some point, maybe enough to even make a career out of it, and not have to maybe resort to wage slaving. But I didn't know that. All I was doing at the time was chasing fucking hedonism and dopamine and playing video games. And yeah, I was fucking playing so much video games. And if I wasn't doing that, I was playing YouTube. Watching YouTube, and just wasting so much time and being by myself, not taking risks, not working on social skills, not even lifting. I only started lifting in my last year of high school, and that's when honestly, at that point in time, that's when I truly first realized that if you work at something, before you could actually improve in it. Before, I actually really assumed that the reason people were good at things was due to genetics or something like inborn. But yeah, I never knew that, so maybe that's why I thought that. And I just didn't take the time. I didn't put in the work. And also at that age, I feel like your brain is more prone to forming new connections, because there's a lot of like I guess neuroplasticity and stuff like that, and I get, as well as like the formation of new neurons and the pruning of old like connections, like useless ones, that happens at that age. And I feel like just like how some kids are more primed to learn languages from maybe like ages 2 to 4, I don't really know the exact age, but it's kind of the same, where you're more likely to learn certain skills and become good at them if you start early as a teenager. And it's like it almost changes your body on like a genetic level, or the proper term would be epigenetics, where you're like it's like your physiology even changes to an extent. Like I kind of experienced this with my weightlifting, but definitely not as much as I could have if I feel I'd been active, maybe playing sports when I was younger. But instead, I end up with what I have to work with now. So yeah, I wish I practiced a lot of these skills much earlier. So anyways, that's it for now. Might make a part 2 if I think of more things to talk about that I missed out on. And hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button down below if you enjoyed this. And this is Company signing out.